Hello, I'm Greg Wiggin from Muddy Creek Brewery, and this is the second segment of Seeing Other People. No, it's not Seeing Other People. This is the second segment of Meet Your Maker. We're talking about seeing other people. One of the rules of our segments is that we don't stop or re edit. We do this absolutely ad hoc live. And the rule is we keep going no matter what happens. So drinking a beer, and it is not seeing other people. I'm doing a segment called What's in a Name. Normally we do this on Facebook and text, but we're doing this in the Meet Your Maker segment. I'm going to talk about one of our beers called Seeing Other People. And every great beer has to have a good name, and our extra special bitter is called Seeing Other People. And last week I said excited 7 times, so now I'm going to say Seeing Other People about 40 billion times. That's branding, marketing. I'm getting it in your head. Um, so I'm going to tell you about the name Seeing Other People, where it came from. Um, Perfect name for a bitter. Seeing Other People. Branding. Getting it into your head. Okay. So I was dating a very lovely young lady in my high school years, and I continued dating her when I went to college. But as these things often happen, um, those long distance things, they start to kind of unravel and fall apart, and I was sadly no exception. So, sometime in my sophomore year, things were just kind of falling apart. She was sort of interested in someone else. I was, frankly, I was kind of starting to be interested in someone else. And so I had decided that I was going to come back to my hometown, my high school hometown, and I was going to break up. So I had come back, and I had met on Friday evening with my girlfriend, and I was going to break up with her. And we ensued on this long conversation for several hours about how, you know, she felt that we didn't need to break up, that, perhaps we just needed to chill out and relax. And, I needed things, I always had to be very rigid. I had to have things in a box. And why did it have to be so structured? And couldn't I just relax and chill out? And after several hours, a decision was made that we didn't need to break up, but that we just needed to chill out and relax. Um, so, okay, all right, what are we going to do tomorrow night? Well, she had plans with this other person that she was sort of interested in, and they didn't involve me. So, that's how kind of dumb I was. But anyway, so yeah, her plans involved me going out and getting some vodka for her, for her date, and I was willing to do this. So her plan started at I think 6:30. So I made some plans with my friends to go, um, and so I went and got the vodka. Um, but she was late, and my friends ended up leaving, and I'm by nature kind of passive aggressive, so I ended up telling my friends to go off and head out, and I waited. And I stewed on this, and I got angrier and angrier and angrier. And by the time she arrived, she came and she said, "I'm late." And so I walked over and I handed her the vodka, and I said, "We're seeing other people." And that was kind of the last thing I said to her as she headed off to her engagement with this other fellow. So that was, sort of our kind of breakup. Um, and that sort of sounds like a sad story, but actually, it turns out we've actually become friends again. She's a very lovely young lady. She has a lovely family, some beautiful children, and I couldn't be happier for her. And so, seeing other people has turned out to have aged very nicely. It's an excellent beer. This is not seeing other people, but it's also a very good beer. So that's what's in a name. Seeing other people, extra special bitter. It's ironically named from what was at a time kind of a tragic story, but it's a perfect name for an extra special bitter. But now you know what's in a name. Here is the second edition of Meet Your Maker. I'm Greg from Muddy Creek Brewery. Glad to have you on board. And if that person who I'm speaking of ever sees this, I am really happy for you, and I'm just thrilled with every part of our. Oh, that's awkward. That's so awkward. Yeah, okay. Good talk. I'm going to find the stop button right now. The mouse is